of our classic 65 Ford Mustang. Join us as we share the secrets of upgrading to larger wheels. Check out these bad boys. It might not make sense, but we'll actually sand our paint to reveal a showroom finish. And doing that will save us about $10,000 over the cost of a new paint job.
This looks like a prep show car.
When we're finished, we'll take our fully restored beauty out for a spin. You'll want to stick around to see it own the road. Welcome to Classic Car Restoration. I'm your host, Steve Magnante. One of the biggest make-it-or-break-it details of any restoration are wheels and tires. The wrong ones can insult the car, the right ones will complement the car. Now, if we were doing a true straight restoration on our Mustang, we'd want to get the original type wheels. What were they? 13-inch steel rims with bias ply tires, because this was a six-cylinder car originally. Bias ply tires were standard on cars through the mid-1960s, but soon after that, the industry switched to the new radial ply tires, which provided better steering and handling, longer tread life, and improved fuel economy. By the mid-1970s, all U.S. automobile manufacturers standardized with radial tires. Because we've improved our Mustang's engine, suspension, and brakes, we don't want to hold those items back with bad wheels and tires. So we're going to be upgrading the wheels to 17-inch billet alloy wheels and upgrading the tires to matching modern high-speed radial tires. The first thing to do is to remove the old wheels and tires, which we installed just so we could move the car around. In keeping with the rest-or-mod theme of our Mustang, we're going with a set of 17-inch aftermarket wheels, partly because we want to, partly because we have to. The reason why we have to is because our RRS disc brakes at the front of the car are so large that even a 15-inch steel wheel doesn't fit. We have to go 16 or bigger. We like these wheels, and we're doing this because we want to, because they have sort of a nice retro mod touch. Retro in that they have 5 spokes like the classic American Torque Thrust or Cragar SS, but modern because these are actually 17 by 8 and 17 by 9 wheels. Now, the nice thing about the 9-inch wheel at the back is that it's got a wider hoop, a wider rim, that gives the back of the car a more muscular look. We all know that rear-wheel drive muscle cars, the business end is the back of the car because that launches the car forward. So by nature, the rear wheels and tires need to be a little bigger than the front ones to get a nice classic hot rod balance. Now, on our Mustang, we've got some 215 45 R17s for the front, nice low-profile tire. On the back, in keeping with our wider rims, we're using 255 45 R17s, which are about an inch taller for a total of 27 inches at the back and 26 inches at the front of the car. Gives the car a nice stance, once again, that really sets it apart and gives it a muscular look. Before installing our new wheels, it's important to apply anti-seize compound to the wheel studs. This prevents galling and stripping of the threads. The wheel goes on, slipping it onto the studs, and our new polished lug nuts go on. Just snug them down until all the nuts are installed. And here's a little trick. You can spin the wheel to help thread the lug nuts on a little bit faster. To tighten the lug nuts, I use a torque wrench set to 80 foot-pounds instead of an impact wrench, which can lead to over-tightening. I simply tighten until I hear the click of the tool. It's important to torque in a star pattern to evenly distribute the pull-down force on the brake rotor and prevent warping. And one final tip, always remember to store your click-type torque wrench with the adjuster dialed all the way back down to a neutral position. That'll keep the strain gauge inside of the arm neutral so it doesn't go out of calibration. During the break, we'll finish installing the new wheels and tires. When we come back, it may seem crazy, but we're taking sandpaper to the car's finish.
It looks scarier than it is, so don't sweat it.
We'll explain how color sanding will make the paint pop and save us up to $10,000, the cost of a typical restoration paint job. That's next.